Ma'am, what is the difference between pet lorries and wild lorries? When you have found any behavior or food habit difference?
That's an interesting question. Um, so I I think what I hear from people for pet loris is that of course first thing I should say, lorises are insectivores. They mostly eat insects, but they also can switch their diet seasonally. So like whenever there is lots of কুল ছোট ছোট এই যে বুনোগুলো আমরা খাই না, ওই কুলগুলো জিজিফাসিনোফিয়া সেগুলো যখন পাওয়া যায় শীতকালে এই সময়টাতে, then they switch to eating lots of কুল। আর তার আগে যখন অন্য কিছু পাওয়া যায় না তখন they would eat insects, you know, those big what are they called বাংলা ওই যে ফড়িং না, ফড়িং টাইপের ফড়িং এর মতো জিনিস, বা বিটলস কে বাংলায় কি বলে? গোবরে পোকা তো খালি ওই গোবরে যেগুলো গোবর ইয়ে করে, বাট ওই রকম বিটলস, they eat beetles. I have seen, even I actually did analysis of their fecal samples to see what they eat, because I couldn't observe them much. We could see them, you know, catching insects sometimes, but they would even eat pimpre. তারপরে ডিম, পাখিদের ডিম খায় অনেক সময়। Lizard is supposed to be, I haven't seen, but somebody has seen lizards. But in Bangalore, in ILSR campus, people have seen them sitting on top of a lamp post. Okay. Because lamp post e to onek পোকা আসে আর সেগুলো এরকম ধরে ধরে খায়। তো যারা রাত্রে কাজ করে ল্যাবে, যখন ল্যাব থেকে ফেরে তখন অনেক সময় দেখে যে ও খাচ্ছে। When they are, the other interesting thing, they can, you know, habituate themselves quite well. In ILSR campus, তোমরা যদি কেউ গিয়ে থাকো ILSR campus অনেক বড় বড় গাছ আছে। So especially when you enter, the entire road has humongous trees because they're over 100 years old, and they're all exotic trees. So সেই গাছগুলোতে ওরা অনেক উপরে থাকে, 30 meters উপরে, একদম ক্যানোপি টপে থাকবে, কারণ ওখানে অনেক লোকজন যাতায়াত করছে। আর যখন যে এরিয়াগুলোতে কোনো লোক যায় না, there's a couple of patches there are nobody goes there, সেই জায়গাগুলোতে ওরা অনেক নিচে নেমে আসে। I've seen them even 1 meter height in a bamboo grove in ILSR campus. আর যখন লোক একদম থাকে না, রাত্রিবেলা যখন লোক একদম কমে যায়, মাঝরাতে গভীর রাতে, তখন ওরা নিচে নেমে, মানে তখন they will be 20 meters or 10 meters high. Those are people. So they can adapt. That's the other thing that we realize, that even though they are not a whole lot of animals, the distribution, I mean, even there, I think in the forests where I studied them, there's only like 2 or 3 animals per square hectare area. So it's very low, and surveying them is also not easy because you cannot really count everything. So you spot them as you go along, you spot them. So we come up with an index called, you know, a sighting per kilometer walk. So every kilometer walk আমরা Munantarayte probably like 1 animal per kilometer or 2 animals per kilometer. In ILSR campus it's like 4-5 animals per kilometer. But again the problem in ILSR campus is that, which I'm not able to convince the director and the people who are in charge, is that they're cutting down the good habitats where there are lorises and making buildings. So they're not considering keeping some space for lorises. Good habitats of lorises are good. And so imagine this: if you cannot convince the director of an academic institute, yes. So what do you expect from other developers?